Hello, algebra. I don't know what happened there, but the video ended. So we've got a part 1.5. So our final answer, number 5, was 3 times x plus 2 times x plus 3. So let's look at one last example for this set of notes, and then we'll do part 2 in class, the next 2 examples. But let's look at this one. This one's different. We've seen this before. We know this as difference of squares, and so we'll talk about how you could do this. But you could also do it with diamond and box method. Okay, so what's my A, what's my B, what's my C? Well, my A is C squared. Okay? A is going to be 1. My B is going to be, wait, there's not a C. So my B is going to actually be 0. And my C, well, that's going to be in my way, is going to be negative 81. I'll move that in a minute. Okay, so when I am looking at that, I need to make sure that I've got things in the right order when I fill in my A times C and my B down here. So A times C is going to give me, well, it's going to give me negative 81 C squared. Because I can't factor anything out of this. I'd have to have a number up front. Okay, so I can continue using that. So what's my B? Well, it's 0C because there isn't one. All right, so if this is negative and this is positive, remember, I need to have a plus and I need to have a minus. And so I now need to figure out what my factors of 81 are. Well, factors of 81 are 1 and 81, 2 no, 3 no, 4 no. What about 9 and 9? Because those add to 0, right? So this is going to be 9C and this is going to be 9C. And I'm going to plug that in to my box and I'm going to factor out. Okay, what do both of these have in common going up? A C. What do they have both in common coming out? Another C. Okay, going this way, what do we have? Remember, if this is positive, this has to be positive, so plus 9. And going this way, what do they have in common? Remember, if this is negative, then this has to be negative, so negative 9. Let's see if that works. C times C gives me C squared. 9 times C gives me 9. Negative 9 times C gives me negative 9C. Positive 9 times negative 9 gives me negative 81. That's my answer. And so if you remember correctly, this is the opposite of the difference of squares. So if you remember, when we had something like this, we could square our first term, we could put a minus sign, and then square our second term. So we got C squared minus 81. Well, isn't that what we originally started with? Sure is. So if you want to use the rule, and you remember to use the rule, you can. Or, so the rule would be going backwards, plus 9 minus 9. So you would take the square root of that 81. Or use the box and diamond method. You decide. So we're going to do 7 and 8 from class. God bless.